What's going on, guys? It's Will Knows, and today I'm going to be talking about social media and just some different ideas regarding how it can affect people and just my opinions and the way I see the mainstream opinions, attitudes, and mindsets. So yeah, we'll see what you guys think. Let's get into it. So before anything else, I would like to say that I am not a social media hater. I think social media is a beautiful thing, and I appreciate and love all the opportunities and my following that have come along with social media. I've seen the good that it's done for people. And yeah, I just think it's a really crazy thing that we get to witness each individual use social media in their own way. So remember that as I'm talking about these ideas. So to kick things off, if I had to describe social media in one sentence, it would be social media is a fantasy world with its own fantasy rules where people can go on there and do things that they couldn't do in real life. And that's the main idea of this video. Social media and real life are two completely different things. And for people who can't see the difference, that can be harmful, especially to the kids who grow up on social media. I mean, I didn't have a phone or social media until I was a junior in high school. So I spent the majority of my life being able to tell the difference. Okay, this is real life. This is the fake stuff or potentially fake stuff on social media. So to go more in detail, I know that there are going to be a lot of people who can prove what I'm saying wrong. Like there's a lot of real stuff on social media, but I mean, more so the way that people think and act, specifically when they're on the app, or the way they handle situations. I want to portray this idea to you. So I'm Jimmy. I'm flat broke, but I portray myself as very rich and very cool on social media. Tommy over here is the viewer. They're the same age. He starts to compare himself to Jimmy. Then he has real emotions, real thoughts, like real things that he's dealing with now because he compared himself to someone who's living a potentially fake life on social media. He goes off and has real experiences based off of possibly a lie. That's the dangerous part of it, especially to kids. Kids grow up seeing these things that could potentially not actually be what they are, and they're going to believe those things, and they're going to carry those over into their real life experience and their real emotions and thoughts, and it might not end well for them. And this is what I mean. Now, I can only talk about what I've seen, and what I've seen are the mainstream ideas and opinions and attitudes towards how to handle your emotions, how to handle situations, how to handle social issues, and whatnot. So what I'm going to be talking about from now on is just the main ideas. Like I said, I know there's many people that can prove what I'm saying wrong, but I'm talking about the majority of the people. The majority of the people on social media are going to go with the trends. They're going to believe whatever's popular, and they're just going to go with whatever is trending at the time. And the reason why that itself is harmful is because it teaches people not to use logic, not to use their common sense, and it teaches people not to be themselves. Okay, no, let me not have my personality. Let me just go with the trends. Let me talk how they talk. Let me think how they think. Let me act how they act. Let me dance how they dance. It's just, they just go with the trends, whatever's popular. And yeah, that's not a good thing. People, their logic goes out the door. Common sense goes out the door. Whoever they were originally before they downloaded social media is completely wiped from existence. And I see that in a lot of the kids. They all talk the same. They all type the same in the comment sections. Everyone uses the same lingo. And yeah, it's just a cookie cutter. Everyone's the same. You know what I mean? Now, of course, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say that if you have a social media personality that you're a bad person and this and this and that. That's, I don't judge people like that. But I can confidently say that when you are allowing yourself to be completely altered like that, in that way, you willingly give up your conscious ability. It's like you're just a walking social media app. You're just a walking trending thing. Like you go with whatever everyone else is doing, and that can be dangerous if what they're doing is harmful and you can't see that. An example of something that I've seen that in my opinion is kind of harmful but pretty interesting to say the least is people's attitudes towards how to handle social issues and people who have done morally wrong things. So what usually happens when someone does or says something that offends a lot of people is that they usually receive a ton of hate until they're forced to leave the platform, leave the social media app or whatever. Now, the reason why that's very unreasonable and ineffective First of all, you don't do anything about the social issue in that case. The social issue that that person is participating in, that's because of their mind, their habits. So just because you take away their account, that person is still roaming the earth. That person is still thinking and talking the same immoral ways of being. So you don't rid the world or society, or really anyone, of a dangerous interaction with that person that could result in that person doing the immoral actions. So that just completely goes out the water. Like, that makes no sense. Just because you take away their account, you're not doing anything to save the world or society. Second of all, it's not a real reflection of how you're able to handle things like that in real life. And before I get into that, I do want to say, along with all the hate, you bring a lot of publicity. Now, that's the worst thing you want to do. When someone does something terrible and you bring the whole social media platform to their account, they're making money off of that. They're sitting there laughing like, oh goodness, maybe I should do this again. Maybe I should say something else kind of controversial. Then they keep doing it and you make it worse. By bringing any type of publicity to the person that did something wrong, you're not helping. Realize that. So every time someone has ever done something bad and people cancel them, you really just made them the most popular person on the platform at that time. In response, I would advise you guys to completely ignore that person. Don't go on their account. Don't watch their videos. Don't comment. Don't even think about that person. They will be wiped from existence and they won't make any money. Now, hey, that's just me using my common sense and not going with the trends. But let me explain why that's not a real reflection of how you can handle things in the real world. So in the real world, when someone does or says something that you don't like, you only have two options, really. You can either shut up and mind your business and just keep living your life like you most likely will be doing, or you have to go up and do something about it. You have to do something about it, or you have to do something about it. And, I would say it's not reasonable to risk going to jail just because someone hurt your feelings. I don't know. That's just me, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't type out "what is bro doing" skull emoji in real life. Like, you actually have to go up to them and confront them with what you want to express. Now, that's completely different than social media. Social media, you get to express every ounce of emotion you have in the comment section. Whatever you're feeling, you could just type it out and scroll. Type it out and scroll. Now, people develop the habit of just being so emotional. Like, they see something and emotions, boom, 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 type it out. Oh, okay. Scroll, more emotions, scroll, more emotions. Now, that's not how the real world works, as I just explained. Let me talk about why this is even important in the first place. To adults, older people, anyone who didn't grow up on social media really for the majority of their youth, we can obviously see the difference. I can obviously see that this is what happens on social media, this is what happens in the real world. So I don't have the issue or the danger of not being able to have common sense, not being able to have my own personality, and not being able to function in ways outside of what is trending. So I am 19 years old, okay? I'm trying to give advice to people who are younger than me or people who are older than me and find themselves in this situation, because social media is powerful, and I cannot say that I have not been a victim of trying to follow the trends and stuff like that. But as an influencer, it's a little bit different for me. That's kind of what I do. But I do have to say, social media has a lot of power. And just because you are an adult and didn't grow up on social media, that does not mean that you have not been affected. Everyone has to adapt in some way to what they're watching. You know what I mean? If you're on something every day, you're going to adapt to that thing, whether you like it or not. So everyone has been affected. But it is crucial to the younger people to understand the difference. It is crucial, in my opinion, that you guys are able to form your own personality and be comfortable being whoever you want to be outside of the trends, having whatever opinions and attitudes you want to have outside of the majority opinion that you see on social media. And that, guys, is going to lead me into my final ideas on this topic. First thing I want to say, if you feel like an outcast right now at your school, work, anywhere where you have to be social, because you feel like your common sense or just something inside of you, maybe it's your own personality telling you that you don't want to be a certain way, act, think, talk, dress, anything a certain way, that's okay. That's normal. It's normal to be your own person. You have your own unique experiences that have led you to become who you are. And don't let social media wipe that away from you just because you want to be trendy. Second thing, people are immoral. There's going to be a lot of people in the real world that they're going to do shitty things. They're going to do things that you're not going to like. You're going to get offended. People are going to do you wrong. Your own family members, your friends, people are going to do things that you hate. You can't cancel them in real life. Do not get used to that. Do not get used to the attitudes on social media, especially you younger kids that are in middle school, high school, growing up thinking that that's how you should handle social issues. The only way you get rid of something is to completely erase it from your life. And when you give all your attention and all your energy and all your emotion in the comment section and all of that to main issues, they're just going to be more prominent in your life. So please be careful. It is crucial that you guys see the difference, and it's crucial that you guys pay more attention to who you really are. Pay more attention to what you really want to think, and take a step back and really think about ideas. Think about what you see. Don't just give in. Don't give away your consciousness, guys. Seriously. With that being said, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Make sure to follow my TikTok and Instagram. It should be linked. And make sure to go check out the merch. It should be linked in the description below. Thank you.